Alright, so these are the videos where we finally clean these up and make them look presentable. So here's where they stand right now. Basically, I lightly sanded them while they're wet because I was told you're supposed to do these while they're wet. And little stuff like this are not coming out. So unfortunately, this wouldn't be able to come out without completely redoing everything and rebuilding them. So basically, I'm sanding this down. So I got all my stuff here. I got 1,000 to 2,500. I got water because your rag just to wipe it down, and gloves to wear so my hands don't get too dirty. And the new addition is I finally got a tripod, so that way the phone doesn't have to be standing on itself or having someone hold it. So now I can finally have it set up in a spot and it'll film everything for me. First, we're starting with 1,000 grit. Now we're at 1,500. 2,000 grit. It's probably not gonna look good on camera, but I'm at least gonna try. We're moving to our final stage of 2,500. I don't know why on camera it looks so poor, but it's actually relatively shiny. I guess from side views they look a lot shinier. We got paint stripper and we're gonna try to use it and see what happens, even though this one's already semi-shiny. Oh. All right, so this is the 100 grit, what I got so far. Pretty much just smoothing out some of these areas. And I got a little bit down here because there were like circle marks in here. This one's still a little bit visible. I'm trying to get that out. I'll probably try to do that before I finish, but. All right, so now we're doing wet sand instead of dry sand just because it's better. If I just kept doing dry sand, it's just gonna make a mess. And like I said before, it helps make it smoother in the long run. This is the end result for wet sand at 180 grit. Wet sand of 320. 600 grit. We have a wet sand of 800 grit. It's starting to really get shiny. Now we're at 1,500 grit. You can see it's really starting to get that shine. It's getting a little late, but I decided to go riding bikes, so the next few clips are going to be in the dark. All right, I finally finished sanding this wheel all the way down to 2,500 grit. Now, this is without polish. This is just straight sanding. This is just so nice. Look at that. I always hate that you can't tell how shiny and clean something is on camera. I just wish I could do the barrels. Alright, so this is the last one I did, and unfortunately this one's off in the worst condition. So it looks nice. It's not polished yet. Alright, so I got this polishing tool attached to my drill. And then I got some aluminum polish. So basically just around it, and we're gonna see how this comes out because this is the only one I'm doing with this. I can probably do the rest, or at least one other one just to test, but so far this is gonna be the only one that I do with this, just to test how it comes out. This is probably gonna fling everywhere. Alright, so all that black stuff is like basically everything that wasn't just aluminum. This is what it looks like after you polish it. So all this black, I don't know what this is. It looks like gunk, but once you wipe it off, it's not even there. So it's pretty much just everything that's not bare aluminum. Or if it's just the polish is dirty, but you can see right there the reflection. That's basically how it comes out. Oh, did my tool die? No way. I think it just got too hot, actually. Oh man, this thing is hot. These three were polished by hand, and that one was polished by the tool. All right, so I got the old bolts because I couldn't really afford new ones. So we're just gonna stick these old bolts in here and hammer each of them in. Nah, I'm joking, I tricked you guys. I got a whole new set. These things are expensive, but I have a slight problem with them already. They're a little longer than the stock bolts. I'm just gonna put the wheel on and then try to bolt the face to the car and see if they hit. I'm assuming they're going to, but that's just a test. All right, so I installed 4 of them. All right, well, the blue car has the same brakes as this car. They're both 330 brakes. So, time to remove them. All right, and we got them on here. So, zap them in there. Well, I did have to make sure they were torqued down properly, even though I didn't want to have to do that. But if I didn't, then it wouldn't be all the way tight. Holy shit. I forgot these. I think the hubs are like seized. Actually, no, we are rammed against the caliper. These are 5mm spacers that I was running when I ran the BBS wheels previously. Well, it seems like the wheel's actually able to roll now. And I can't tell if that grinding noise is just the brakes being absurdly rusty. You see they're pretty rusty in there, so I can't really tell if it's them being rusty or if it's them hitting on something, but seems like they're spinning fine with the 5mm spacer on, which is unfortunate. I didn't want to have to run it. Holy shit, with stock suspension, these things would poke. Just to get all these in, because there's 30 more bolts. I think there's 34 holes, and I already got 4, so 30 more to hammer in. Yeah, I don't want to try to pull them through with them. That I feel like it's going to damage them. And look at that. Look at that shine with that, man. All right, I finished all of the wheels, hammering all of them in. This took such a long time, and I'm sorry I didn't really film it. It was just how long it took and all the ringing in my ear from hammering these in. I just decided to do it inside and take it slow. So this kind of messed up a lot of my videos and my schedule, because this video was supposed to go first and it ended up taking a little bit too long. So this was supposed to be before the clean culture video, but I still have to bolt the faces in, and I have to go get Loctite from the store before I do that. So off to Advance, gonna get some Loctite, gonna put them on every single one of the studs, I guess they are now, bolts, whatever you want to call them, and we're gonna screw in the faces. All right, so I got the stuff, but they only had the smaller package of it, so I'm gonna have to not go crazy with it so I don't waste it all. So I've got the wheel on the spinner, and basically just gonna build the wheel. There's too much coming out. I could probably get away with it if I just use a few drops, but holy shit. I definitely should have done this on the other side. I'm right-handed. Okay, so I figured out the trick. Instead of squeezing it, I just held it straight up and down, and I like dabbed it and let it just fall onto it without squeezing, because squeezing it was making a huge mess. I also switched sides because I'm right-handed and it's a lot easier to twist it like this. Like that one, like, should be spinning free, like this one was. Got whatever this shit is and Loctite all over my hand. Try to go as carefully as possible with this. I'm trying not to go really hard. See if I can switch the mode. There we go. It's on the low setting. Do one here, 180 degrees. So they're even. We go about down here. 180 degrees. Just to make sure that they're a little bit even at least. I'm gonna make it easy to know where we're at. I can see it from the outside, but you can't really see it, but that's this one right here. All 34. Now I know they're probably not torqued all the way, but at least with this, I get them tight enough that, well, I mean, this is full speed. Oh, that's the slowest, and that's full speed. So I don't really want to damage them, but I want them at least tight enough that the Loctite can cure. And I'm gonna see if I can borrow a torque wrench that is able to do them small enough. I think it's 34 inch-pounds, which for the last one. So some of the wheels got quite a bit dirty while sitting in the garage for a little while, and there was wood shavings on them from when I made the ramps. So I'm gonna have to clean them off real quick. And I also didn't get them super clean when I was cleaning them. The insides still have a bunch of shit like in here. And I'm basically just gonna go over and clean them as much as possible without doing too much crazy work. So hopefully this is just a simple clean. Clean, fresh microfiber towels. Even got some hot soapy water just to really get in here. This one's probably the worst. You can really see it in there. So this is about as clean as I'm going to be able to get them without sandblasting and getting them repowder coated, because as you see, there's like huge bits of them missing. I mean, on camera, stuff like that looks like it's dirty, but that's just chipping. But they look a whole lot better. I mean, on camera, it looks the same, but in person I can really tell that all of the gunk that was in here is gone. It's not getting anything on my finger, so finally finished. So all 4 wheels are done. Now, even though these aren't done 100% how I wanted them to be, you know, take the time to actually get them powder coated and sandblasted and properly done like that, they're at least done pretty much to the best of my ability, by myself at least. And I mean, these are my favorite set of wheels, so I do really wish I could have spent the money to get them as absolutely perfect as possible, but I'm pretty happy with the result. You know, I would say it's probably about an 8 out of 10 with the face, and the inside probably a fucking 3. The inside's not very good at all, but it's, I mean, first of all, no one's really gonna see in here that well, and also it's just a lot to clean these. Like, I'd just rather get them sandblasted and have it done the easy way than spend hours cleaning the inside. Like, I cleaned one of these barrels pretty well, and that shit took like a full day. So for now, this is pretty much as good as it's gonna get for me, at least.